Alright, good day everyone, it's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and we're continuing our TimberBorn playthrough in our settlement of Pinkwater. Well, openly admit I'm actually bored stick of the Universal Sim, so I'm not sure if I'll go back to that at all. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to play this much either. While it is an interesting game, it's a very gentle sim. There aren't major problems, especially if you pick a nice map like we have here. You won't run into major problems when you build your settlements, so I may choose to do something else, play some other type of game. I'm not 100% sure just yet. Okay, now our beavers, we're working on this. Okay, planks, we get one every 1.5 hours. That's not too bad, because gears take 3 hours, so our overall production versus usage is going to be quite high. Biggest problem we have is every time there's a drought, we have no power, so we're going to have to see about installing wind turbines, and we're going to want to create a large water storage facility here, and we still need to get to the iron. We've got 1.3k of research. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, I've added a few more. I've added suspension bridges, which is basically big steel bridges that we can use if we want. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh no, this is standard suspension bridge. This is just a platform. Here, I've added the steel bridges mod, just to give me something that can easily bridge gaps, because I was running into trouble with that. And then, tunnels, not 100% sure if I'm actually going to use these. I'll see how they work. That was the only, I think those were the only other two mods. No, there was one other. Here it is. Metal floodgates, so we can have some nice big floodgates, so we can really build a mega structure without the fear of having any trouble there. And, where is the water? I thought there was another mod. Okay, it's underwater. Okay, yeah, I added some water mods to add better. This just helps irrigate. So everything under this effect will be irrigate. Big irrigation tower. There we go. Irrigation. There we go. I just had to pronounce it wrong. So everything in this area of effect will be irrigated as long as it's provided with water. And then these just provide you with throughput pipes. So if I place this, say here, it will pump water there. Or if I wanted to, I could place substantially higher and deeper ones. The H just stands for high volume, so it'll pump it out quickly. And you can get some really big ones. So if we built it something like that. Yeah, I just gotta figure out how these work. I think they're designed to pump over distances, so this one won't work because it's floating. But I could experiment and see how it works. I think this is an underground pipe. This is what we're looking for. I think it's not happy being put flush on the floor. I don't know. That could work. I'm sorely tempted to give this a try. Okay, so it looks like there's got to be a space in between the two units. So if we were to mount it like that, no. Not only do we have to unlock it with scientific... Oh, I think I already unlocked it. I thought I said no. Yes, my bad. That's a waste of research points, but we can use it later. Problem is, as you see here, it needs metal. We haven't gotten that far yet. That used up most of our research points. That was a big oopsie on my part. Okay. Trees, we need to get planters. We're planting trees this side. And we're going to start harvesting, what's it, pine resin, that's it. Okay, that's connected. That one's got a broken tooth, so it's just sharpening it on a pedal sharpener. Yeah, I need to build more entertaining places for these guys, because they're probably not very entertained. Okay, wet fur, we have nothing. Carrots we've got, grilled potatoes we've got. As you can see, campfire, rooftop terrace, and contemplation spots. Not so much. Not a big problem. We also still need to unlock more of the crops. We want wheat so we can make potatoes. Unfortunately, I just blew our darn research points on the wrong damn thing. So we can't unlock... Well, we can unlock some of these containers, but we don't really need these small piles, but they come in useful later. We definitely want that. Definitely want the large warehouse. Are we making them? Yes, we're making Water. Water pump. Bad water pump. We need bad water pump. Yeah, I wish I hadn't wasted that research points. We probably don't have enough research things here, because these only give one every hour. If it's a 24-hour day, we get about 24 points. I don't know what the daytime is. It strikes me as way less. This is 16-hour shift. That means from here to here is 16 hours, according to this setting. Because if you notice, if this little icon here, and I click negative, you can see it's moved. So I'm assuming that's a 16-hour shift, so we probably have like a 24-hour day or a 20-hour day. I'm not 100% sure what they designate this is. So we'll have to see. Okay, this is full, so that whole area has been greened. Okay, we wanted to build upwards here. Okay, that'll do for now. We're going to set up our mining operation for metal. Oops. Sorry, I've been playing Captains of Industries. I wanted to make a YouTube video of that at some point, but I was just experimenting with it. Ooh, wonderful, we've got a mine up here. Yeah, like I said, this map is very, very easy. Normally, you would find the mines like here, or it would be on the bottom of a bad water. So it's not easy to get to these underground mines, but in this particular case, yes, it is. Okay, we don't have underground piles, so we'll put 2 here. Those are the right piles, right? Yes, they can store scrap. So we can store some scrap. But we haven't unlocked metal yet. We still want to unlock this. Oh, we can unlock it. Excellent. Okay, then we can at least start scavenging leftover metals. And putting some of our beavers to work. Yeah, let's put 4. Luckily we have flywheels, they're just supplying power, but the water current right now is not very high. Sorry, that's 0, which is fine, because we don't want the water to run through. That's 1.5, so that's fine. We just keep the water basically high. We have enough water pumps, we have enough water storage, we've got enough food storage. So now it's just a case of figuring out where we add more research facilities. I don't think I can build on top of these, right? No. I cannot build on top of them. So that would be a problem. We could add them this side just to speed up our R&D. That's a bit far from the settlement. Do I want to try and clear out all these trees? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a good option. Just trying to figure out where do I want to move from here. I'll admit, as I said, this game is a very peaceful, very simple game, so you don't really have to struggle, or you're not in a constant time crunch, if you will. I know our industrial area is going to run here, and it's probably going to run up here at some point. So for now, our industrial area is fine. Can we fit... Question is, how do we attach it? This is a transfer shaft. So we could probably fit a windmill here. I think this tree is in the way. I have authorized this to be chopped down, right? No, I haven't. Yeah. I'll build these platforms. If we could stick a windmill here, and then link it into this power grid. Actually, we can. We can. Go here, we do that. We erase this. Yeah, I know. No power. Annoyed. I think this tree is also in the way. What is in the way here? Okay, fine. We just go one up. And then we go to power grid. We add a step down. Converter is too low. Okay. Cancel that. Yep. Cancel this. Yep. We add another step down. Go back to our power production. We add it there. We add that there. We plonk our windmill there. And we authorize maximum priority. Get it done. Because yeah, our reliance on... I don't think the single windmill is going to provide a tremendous amount of juice. But it could provide enough. Because I think we're operating, yeah, here, barely 25% efficiency. Unfortunately, the river is flowing gently. This actually looks like to be our strongest point. The other option, what we can do here, but we run the risk of flooding this whole area, is if we solidified these, and we left a gap. And that will force the water to run through. That is another option. The hiccup we may run into is we start flooding this whole valley. That could be a big problem. What are we producing? Okay, we're producing 72 horsepower, and it goes up. So it'll add a little bit, but not much. Really, really not much. So, can we add some more? We do this. We go to power. Okay, we don't need these. Grab our crankshafts and drive it right through. That will supply us with additional juice as we go along. The biggest advantage we have for windmills is they will charge our flywheels, which will in turn supply the little extra power we need to get this system operation. And then we can also continue this system all the way here and onto this plateau. Oops. Come on. Chop, chop. Did I authorize the chopping? No, these trees aren't to be chopped down because they're going to be used for other crops. Now, little guys are hard at work. Can we fit? We want to fit another fireplace. We want to fit the road. Just to make our guys a little bit happier. The happier they are, the more kids they have, the longer they live, the harder they work. You know, the usual things that come with society being, well, happy. We want our little guys to be happy. Okay, all we need is the last crankshaft to be installed. And it's being installed now. Voila! Power, we're getting now plenty. We probably don't even need the water wheels anymore. But that's because the continuous wind mod does drop. Each of them are supplying quite a lot. And we're still getting a little juice out of these, so... primary thing is just recharging all of these. But this really needs to... oh, is it too far? Okay, then we just do that. Just do that. Just do that. Yeah, it does confuse me a little bit in this game what the actual reach of these beavers are, because even with the mod set, I've basically set the mod that 99 tiles from this road they should have access, which means they should be able to reach that to assemble it, but sometimes they just don't, and I'm not quite sure why. Okay, this is gears we're running short of, but that's to be expected. We're going to have to expand our industry later. Also, they're prioritizing this, so that's fine with me. More drinking water, the better. Woodworking, have we unlocked this? No, we haven't. And we want to unlock all of this game. We don't have enough points to unlock this. I've really got to build more R&D. I'm just trying to figure out where I can stuff it without making it look too terrible. This is still fine. We still have our whole industrial sector here. And I think when we get dynamite, we're just going to blow the heck out of this whole thing and just make it one big square plateau. But to get dynamite, we need a bad water pump. We need an explosive factory, and we need dynamite. And the only source of bad water is all the way over here. So that's going to be a fun trip. As I said, part of the reason I'm playing on this map is it's not a very big map, so you don't actually have to build additional districts if you don't want to. I understand why they wanted to do this. It makes the pathfinding for the AI much better, and it prevents the game from getting a bit stuck, because the computer only has to think. Because here you can already see it's starting to complain about the pathfinding distance. The biggest problem I often found in this game is sometimes I don't need to go very far, or I need to go very, very far, but only once. And then I don't need to go very far ever again. So that can be a slight hiccup. Okay, what do we want to do? First thing we would like to do, looking at this. First thing, you look here at the map. You can see here we have, if this is one block, so it's about 4 blocks in depth, so that's fine. This I just wanted to check, because here, this is 1 block short, so -1, -2, -3, so 1, that's about 1, 2, 3, so we got 2 blocks worth of depth here. So we could probably blow another single block depth out of this. Maybe 2, we'll have to just check. That just helps me figure out how deep we're allowed to go. Some of these maps, especially when you find you've got a very mountainous map, you have lots of nice deep canyons. So if you just wanted to use the terrain with explosives, you could do it. In this particular case, I don't know how deep we're going to get, but we're definitely going to want to deepen this. Okay, they're still working there. So, I don't want them to get into the bad water because, well, it's toxic. You don't want your beavers in there. And the only way to help them is to unlock, where is it? Give me a minute here. Well-being, we need to unlock the herbalist. And to make it, we need paper, dandelions, and berries. We're still harvesting berries, that's not a problem. But dandelions are here, under the planting section. And we have no paper industry at the moment, so that's not going to help us at all. Okay. First, let's just plan this out. We want to levee here, and then just a standard drain dam here. That's fine. That's pretty much, or do we want to go one higher? Do we want to completely flood this area? It would give easy access to the water. I would rather have a safety margin that if for whatever reason it gets too full, it'll just run off the map here, rather than run this way by flowing over this and down into our valley, which would suck. So we don't want that. I still sometimes struggle with the water mechanics in this game. I think I've got it sorted, and I make a nice preparation, and I screw it up. Okay, this is going to be a once-off thing. We're not going to come back this way, so it's not going to be a big issue for me if the distance is a bit much. Because you'll see here, it's not happy with my pathing here. The red indicates it takes very long for the beavers to get there, compared to this area where you can see they have easy access to all of this. So yeah, that's a slight problem. And the same hiccup we're going to run coming this way. Yeah, this is going to be even more fun to do. So, once again, we want to levee. Because this dam is going to have to be like this and like that. And then we can get some nice depth out of our bad water here. I wonder what's going to be easiest. Do we want to come down here? I don't know. This water depth is going to start increasing. And if I blocked it to this... Okay, it just might not make it to our beavers. But then I don't want them too close to the corner when they're running around doing whatever. Yeah, I'll dismantle this path when we're done. The game is not happy with this. Oops. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. We are wasting a bit of resources because we can't actually recover the resources here because we have to dismantle it one at a time. So I'm not going to make any attempt to recover the resources used for this part. I'm not going to make any attempt to recover this. Okay. We are collecting scrap iron, so that's fine. You'd think they would get a little concrete out of this too, because if you look at any of our modern buildings today, you're going to find a hell of a lot more concrete than steel. But, what do I know? This is for the game. So be it. We also should keep our eye open. We're probably going to have another drought cycle really, really soon. And this is going to be a drawback. But it shouldn't be a big problem. We're actually fairly well prepared. We're getting our water storage, so they're not going to die of loss of water. We've got plenty of food. Actually, we've got too much food. The only advantage is it doesn't rot. It looks like they store them pretty efficiently, so we don't have to worry about the food rotting. That would be an interesting game mechanic, and one I'm happy they didn't include, because this is very much a gentle playthrough. You're not going to find yourself panicking too much unless you really go hard first try. I will admit, I've just been playing it on a simple setting, so I haven't even tried to play this game on hard mode yet. Okay, we do want to expand this, but I want to do... Okay, research. How do we want to do this? I think simplest solution is probably just going to go up here. Can we just take it off the step ladder? And then we come here. We can't build, we can. We're actually going to start collecting pine resin, but we need to add another power setup. So we can use this structure, but we want to leave a gap. 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're going to need to run power. Now, the one reason I really like these guys, especially if you have the wind mod, is you can very easily get power anywhere. You just need to set up a few windmills and you're golden. Which, yes, is very, very cheaty. I'm not going to kid you guys, this is very, very cheaty. I'm going to set it up over here because I really don't care about the power loadout. So this shouldn't be a problem if I run a road to these setups. Okay, we want to run it this way. No, we want to run. That goes like that. Like so. Actually, no, that's wrong. Because this has a 4-point connector, I forgot. So we don't have to worry about any of this. That'll supply power this way. We want to go like so. One of the things in this game that you will probably would like to be aware of is everything in this game is connected. So when it comes to the power grid, unlike in other games where you have to run specific units, so if you have like multiple buildings you need to connect all those buildings. In this one, they seem to have a single drive shaft going through all the buildings, so once one building is connected to power, everything is connected to power. Okay, I'm just going to temporarily dismantle this. We want our auxiliary power set up here. Now, how do our beavers get to this? Well, first thing, I'm going to try and prioritize they start on this end. And we'll see. Sometimes they won't, but hopefully they will. Oh, right, we've got to prioritize this, or they can't even get up here. We shall see how they do it. If worst comes to worst, I'll just put a step over and then continue to run connections. Yeah, as you can see, the wind power is just about... Okay, we're slightly below our required horsepower, but it's not a problem because with this flywheel mod, the power demand is always going to be quite high, because here is supply, here's demand, but you're not just supplying your buildings, you're supplying the flywheels. So you'll often notice there's a very big I can't think of the correct word. Inconsistency between supply and demand, where in reality you can see 100%, 100%, 100%. It's just that this has to supply power to the flywheels. Also, our river is basically dead. It's because I'm not letting it build up on this end. Let's just increase height here for a bit. Maybe if I let the water pressure build up on this end, it'll be forced to come through here. No, it's definitely going through there. Okay, I'm going to have to modify this. My beavers aren't going to be happy because it's going to be a temporary thing. So I'll modify it in the evening or they're just going to get stuck. Yeah, this is another thing you'll notice. Because of distance, they're going to start wanting water and food. And even if I put a little food hut and a little water hut, they'll ignore it completely. And they'll only get food and water here. It's the only thing that's irritating. Oh, perfect, they did it. They did it, they did it, they did it. Thank you, beavers. So get this lot done. Very low. Those two finish this. Yeah, you see what I mean? Here's the road. This is way far away, yet they can do it. I don't know. Have to wait and see. This beaver's gonna take a nap because he just worked a night shift. That's actually something I would like to see maybe for this game. Okay, here's a drought in 3 days. Is a day and night shift, just so we can break it up between our work groups. And that way we can keep it running 24/7 and you don't actually have to worry. But it's not necessary. It's just something I noticed, and I think it's only a problem because I keep trying to drag my beavers miles away. In reality, this is probably what? 10-kilometer hike up a hill while carrying 40 plus kilos on your back. So we look at this beaver. Okay, this is a hauler and he can carry 28 kilos. So they carry about 28 kilos. Now where's one of my little builders? I think they're up here. Yeah, standard, so 14 kilos, which is pretty light when you consider, say, carrying a 20 kilo bucket or something. But when you have to then go 10 kilometers up a hill, or 15 kilometers, or maybe this is 20 kilometers for all I freaking know how space is calculated in distance in this game. So yeah, it's fully understandable that they're going to run into hiccups as they go along. Okay, that's done. Excellent. Okay, they can finish this power grid first. Oh. Yeah, this priority system is based on level. So if I add a priority here, even though it's highlighting these buildings, it won't do anything because I need to be on the level that the structure is. It's just the way the voxel block system is set up in this game. It can be slightly annoying when you're building vertical structures, but say something like this, you want to say a high priority for the bottom one. Okay, it's not doing it this time. Darn it. Last time around when high priority for the top one, and then it'll highlight everything underneath it. My bad, I just gotta click in the right spot. Have we changed the water? No. And in fact, our depth has actually dropped. Oh, but that's because there's a drought coming. Okay, I gotta lower this back down or we're gonna run out of water. Yeah, we need to actually make this area higher if we want to force water to a higher depth this side. But you're not actually going to get much higher. You can get it to the top level. It's just, you just run a risk of it spilling over and drowning your entire settlement. Now that's not an initial problem because these are beavers. They don't mind getting wet, so you don't have to worry about killing your guys by drowning them, which some other games you may have that problem. But none of your buildings like getting wet very much. So that's a problem. Then we'll connect Mr. Power Shaft, and then that will be done, and then they just got to focus on this. But I don't think we have any pine resin yet, or do we? Oh, we do. We got 186. So we do have some pine resin stored, though we have a very small pine forest here. We're not going to get a lot out of this. Okay, they finished that structure, so we can connect the drive shaft. I'm just going to call it a drive shaft because it is a drive shaft. So it must be so noisy. But there is some almost cool, because this is how they used to do it with steam engines. Everything was either belt or direct drive. And of course you had gearing systems as well, but still, initially it was a wheel to a wheel, so we used to power a lot of stuff like this before we developed electrical connections and everything. Okay, the trees ought to be cut good. And we're still only level 8. We want to make these guys happy, but to make them happy, we need more research. But at least we're now building up a small stockpile of resources. Though this is still completely empty. That's probably because all of this is going into this. Let me just click here. How deep is this? Okay, so this is 2 blocks deep. I don't know if you can get deeper than that. And over here, we're probably going to only find we can go 1 block, but we can just see about building a big copper dam around this. Something. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do it. We'll see how it works out. Okay, we still got it running off, so that's not helping us. And in 1 day, we'll begin our next drought cycle, so that's going to be fun. Ah, boy. I think this is going to die. We will have to see, because I'm going to just trap the water here and here, but this whole section is going to drain. Yeah, it's already run dry. Our industry would be dead if not for the windmills. Okay, now they're going to start working on getting these built. Gears, we don't have a problem. Pine resin, we really don't have a problem. Horsepower, I think we'll be fine. Because this is 100. Oh no, this is 200 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We may come up short. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Or we could just build more windmills along here if we really do come up short. In fact, pause again. Let's dim. Yep. Demolish it like that. Can we put platform there? Okay, we can. I was not happy because of the windmill. There is a height setting here. I'm not 100% sure what it is. So we are running into slight problems. What we can do then is we'll have our beavers come up this way. It's not really necessary. They could just run this way, but it's just such a long roundabout way, which is fine because we're going to want to be near this. Oops, no. No, we're going to want to be near the mine, but we'll get to that later. I don't know how the mine is laid out, so I'm not 100% sure. keep forgetting this is very much a drag and drop style of thing. Okay, let's see how we're going to get our windmills here. Biggest hiccup is power. Well, luckily we can just make the cliff bigger. No one said we couldn't. Okay. Don't need that. Oh, come on. That should pretty much solve our power requirements. Later on, when we upgrade to the bigger one, we can see about it. Voila! Okay, water level is going down. Is it running off? It's still running off. Problem is, if we still got quite a fierce current here, even though in slow-mo it doesn't look like it, but at high speed it will. So if I shut the door now, it's just going to dam up everything. But you know what? Let's just try it. Let's shut the door and see what happens. Okay, immediately starts flooding. That could be a problem. We'll just see what it does. Yeah, okay, this is not going to work. We're going to end up flooding our whole little basin. Or is it flowing over? It is flowing over. Yeah, there we go. Oops, starting to flood our crops. Pop the door open, and it'll start to go back down. Yeah, there's no way we can trap additional water. We could seal this section off. It would mean as a temporary dam, and we can create a dam here. The problem is, this is going to be our bad water runoff. So if we create a dam here, we have to vent the whole dam off the map every time there's a bad water runoff. So it's not going to make a very good water reserve for us. It is an option to use the terrain to your advantage, but I don't see it helping us later on. Okay, in this case I can slam the door shut and let it build up a bit. And we have a 6-day drought, but we have water from here to here, all along here, down this way. Problem is, it's 1 block in depth. It's not even 1 block in depth, it's half a block in depth. Oh boy, that's no good. We'll have to see how it's going. Okay, how's a little work project here? Slow going, but is working. That's to be expected. We can speed this up. One of the ways we could do that, is this it? It's a medium pile, bingo. We go here and we go here. And we want to place planks, and we want to place logs, and we want to obtain goods from other warehouses, obtain goods from other warehouses. And then we will prioritize this. Then our builders don't have to run all the way back to the settlement. This works, at least. With food and water, it doesn't work. I don't know why. But everything else, it does work. Once that is built, our haulers will haul the resources here. And then our builders can just, instead of having to go get it from the settlement, can just get it here. And that can be useful later when we start building up this area, because we're probably going to have our explosive industry in this sector. Okay, good thing we have wind turbines, but I don't think... Okay, no, they're still supplying. Yeah, this wind mod, I'm not sure if you want to install it, because it's going to be very, very cheaty. Especially with the first faction. With the second faction, they rely more on water power and manpower, but then they can build engines which burn wood, so that solves that problem for them anyway. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any problems with this drought. We may find drinking water, not even drinking water I think is going to be a problem. It just depends, because we're already almost down to only a quarter of a block left of water, so that could be a problem. I'm gonna probably have to look into a more serious water storage system. The problem is you need explosives or you need pumps, and we don't have that technology yet. Even the basic mechanical pump, it has to be built like on one of these, on a single block, and then it'll pump 4 deep and pump into a container. So I'm not 100% sure where we want to do that, but we'll just have to see, because yeah, this side is 1/2, this side is 1/4. And we're still pumping out water at an alarming rate. You can already see it. Like those pictures they had in the US during the drought. I'm not sure if they're still in a drought, I think they're not. But yeah. Wow, they're really ignoring this. Oh, that's because gears are taking forever. And planks are taking forever to build. And I think, yeah, we just stole everything. But that's fine. That's not a problem. I'll just turn it off later once we finish this project, so we will just raise the requirement for this. And they'll focus on getting this finished, and then we can get the research done. In fact, we're going to definitely finish this half before the drought ends. I'm not sure about the next half. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But now our builders, they don't have to grab here. They can race here, grab the resources, and just go for it. Drinking water 2.2k. I think we should be alright. Yeah, we're almost... Yeah, I don't think we're going to run out of drinking water. Food is definitely not a problem. Period. But we are definitely going to want to try and create a better area. I wonder... This area is definitely probably where we're going to want to build something. What we're probably going to do is get rid of some of these trees and just build up around it. And then create that water pump and start pumping water in. Either through the pump provided by the game, either through this mechanical pump, but that limits us to a depth of 4. So we can only go 4 blocks high. Well, actually, high on this particular thing. So from this side, it can only go 4 blocks high. But if we use this underground pipe, this isn't even the high volume one. This is the underground pipe high volume. If we use this, okay, it also needs power. That's a slight hiccup. So if we build this in this water area, it will just keep pumping water into this containment section for as long as it takes to fill it up, which would be nice. Okay, first dam is built. They do not ever have to come this way again, so we can get rid of the road. We may be able to recover just this. But the rest of the road... Oh, did it? Yeah. Like I said, the rest of the road isn't a problem. Okay, that's because none of the other buildings have been built yet. Only drawback is the drive shaft goes to here, and then it floats. They haven't even built this yet, but that's fine. They'll get to it. They'll get to it. What's our water like? Eesh. We are scraping the bottom of the barrel. But at least our workers don't have to go so far down to get the wood. So construction is speeding up. We'll get to it, no rush. Main concern right now is water reserves. But since we're still pumping water out and we have enough reserve food, even if everything here dies, for 2.9 days we're going to be fine. We'll lose our entire potato harvest and probably the entire carrot harvest, but it's not going to be a big problem. As long as there's a small amount of water, we're fine. Yeah, because they now don't actually have to run all... Oh, they're running back to the settlement anyway. Okay, no, some are grabbing from these stockpiles at least. Oh boy. We managed to get this all finished before the drought restarts, and then we can see about building an explosive. Okay, that's all been dismantled, so we don't need that anymore. No, I was worried I was clicking. Okay, no, up too high. That's probably also part of the safety of the one block. Okay, that path is no longer needed. We've built what we need to build. We don't need to go back there ever. So that's not a problem. Can I make this? Oh yeah, this was to store additional wood from here. And, with this pipe thing, we can blow a hole here and pump water through, and that'll turn this whole area green. And we can expand our wood production to, well, just about this area. In this game, the deeper the hole with water, the larger the area of effect. So if you have even if it's a smallish hole, but it's a deep hole, supposedly it'll hydrate the ground to a greater area around it. Yeah, water level is basically gone. But we only have 2.1 days, we will be fine. But yeah, water is, you can see the bottom there. It's, I think, within this drought cycle, it's probably going to be gone. With the way the dehydration, the evaporation in this game is, the wider the area and the shallower, the faster it'll evaporate, which sucks. Not to mention, we've got 6 pumps pulling the water out, so... Luckily, still plenty of water reserves. We're not going to lose any beavers during this drought, so that's fine. Also, with this bad water, the pure bad water they can't pump, but apparently there are filters on these things, from what I've seen during my playthrough, so as long as the bad water is partially mixed with fresh water, they can pull the fresh water out, which means I would love to get my hands on whatever magic filter device they use. You could make billions off that. I mean, if you could take what is basically 99% harmful chemicals, petroleum, plastics, just plain garbage, and you can pull that 1% water out pure and clean with whatever filter you're using, that is a tremendous piece of technology. That would be a pretty... I don't know, I think they were working on something called a molecular filter. Most systems, when you're using, say, filters or electrolysis, whatever, it uses a chemical mix. Or it forces itself through various... yeah, there goes all our plants. And these will die in 1 day, and these will die in 2 days. Great. Okay, big problem. Anyway, because we're using chemicals, or like your charcoal filter, we're forcing it through a material, it's not as efficient as it could be. The idea behind a molecular one is you create a membrane where the holes in the membrane are literally no bigger than the water molecule itself. It's not perfect, because there are pollutants that are smaller on a molecular scale, but theoretically with a material like that, you can just force water against it, and the water will pass through the thin holes, the water molecules will pass through, and everything else will get stuck. And then you just wipe it off. The advantage of such a system means no electricity is needed, no enormous expenditure of energy except in production to make the object itself. I know they were experimenting with it. There was a thing for a water filter system based on that, specifically, that you could use it. You could put, specifically for salt water, since the salt molecule is larger than the water molecule, it'll pass through where the salt will get stuck, so it could be very useful for desalinization plants, but I haven't actually looked into it very much since that once clip, just, you know, that was interesting, so I watched it. We'll have to wait and see. When it becomes mainstream, it becomes mainstream. Sorry, just checking our time. We're at like 49 minutes, so we're still doing fine. I'm probably going to now start this as an hour rather than a standard 2 hours. Yeah, they're harvesting what's left to harvest, and the rest is just unfortunately going to die. But what sucks is it's going to die 2 hours before the water comes back. That sucks. Or at least, sorry, I can't think of what I was going to say. But this is at least got to be finished. So we can begin harvesting bad water. And our research has gone up. Have they finished this? They finished it, but not the drive shaft. Get the drive shaft done first. For flip's sake. Yeah, it died. Bugger. Oh well, like I said, food, not a problem. Water, not a problem. We'll keep this dam sealed just long enough to re-flood this whole area, and then we'll be fine. This area, because we're not pumping the water out, didn't suffer as badly. So if I'd shut down the water pumps, we probably could have kept the plants going, but we don't need them, so it's fine. It's just our pine trees that, oh well, 11 days, plenty of time. Plenty time. Good, then we'll have the power shaft up and running, and then they can finish the last build. Excellent day. Okay, here comes the water back. It'll flow this way, and it'll flow this way, and it'll get stuck, and it'll start backfilling this whole thing up. And then we'll let the water out again. Actually, let's just set it as a default, because sometimes I forget to open these things, and I only realize, oops, I was supposed to open this when everything, you know, floods, which sucks. I think our carrots survived, though. Get those pumps operational, boys. Bad water's going to start coming back, but we finished construction. Excellent. That's actually a very good drought procedure there. Because we don't need to worry about anything. Bonk, that can go, because we don't need it anymore. Now as we watch, it's going to start filling this up, and then when it gets to a certain height, it'll just overflow, which will give our pumps all the space they need to start extracting the bad water. Okay, also, we click here and you can obtain from warehouse, oops, wrong button. And this warehouse will now supply, so our haulers will come back and they're going to strip they're going to take all of this away, and we can bring it back later when we actually build here. Perfect. Water is flooded back, and we're getting a nice stream. Oh, darn it, I should have taken advantage of the drought and fixed this. Okay, let's get all our guys over the bridge, and then we'll dismantle it, and I'll fix it quick. Okay, I think that's all our guys. So, we want that one gone, we want that one gone, we want this one gone, we want this one gone, we want that one gone. We want a levee. We want to put a path over it. And we want maximum priority. And that should force all of this water into this little slot, which should hopefully pick up speed. Yeah, we're flooding this down valley. I don't mind it flooding on that side. Ooh, I do mind it flooding on this side. And that knocked out most of our industrial capability. And I left most of my planks and wood on the opposite bank. Like, oops. Oh no, we had some reserves. Excellent. Yeah, we luckily still have this forest to tear through. I have authorized full chop? No, I haven't. Oh dear. Come on, boys. Get rid of it all. Chop it all down. See, it's creating a high pressure section here. It'll also raise the water depth on this side a bit, so that could come in very useful. So now we're getting some good, a bit more oomph. Yeah, now we're producing way more power than we need, which is fine. But I think that's because these wind turbines are going like mad. Yep. Then we can see about focusing on expanding our infrastructure. We also have our research system going great. Alright, first thing we want to do is wood. We want to get paper unlocked. Books, we'll get to it. And we want that workshop. Okay, how much power are they actually getting? Okay, they don't actually need these wind turbines, but we'll make them anyway. Because I think most of the juices... Oh no, it is supplying. And we have 103 beavers out of jobs. That would mean a 50%, just under 50% unemployment in this city. Because we got 250, so it's... and 100 out, so it's, what? 40-something%? Roughly? But that's not a big problem. Thankfully, they're not as nuts as us humans, so they don't have as big a concern. Okay, we're going to need more plank workshops. And unfortunately, I think these buildings are bigger. Yeah. And I'm going to have to figure out how to extend the drive shaft a bit. Okay, storage. We can take advantage of what we've got. Can we unlock this? We can unlock it. So we can put this pile here and we can say store treated planks, and that's 5,000 planks stored. So that's not going to be a big problem. I'm just a bit upset we're not getting enough water. So water, we need metal. To make the big pump, oh no we don't. We just need treated planks, which we're already going to start making. Then I'll dismantle these and replace it with the bigger pumps. Because I think this pumps 5 units of water and this pumps 1 unit of water, so yeah. Okay, yeah, they're just stripping this area bare of all resources since we don't need it anymore. None of our beavers need to go that far at the moment. And can we unlock this? Yeah, we can unlock the bad water pump. What's it look like here? Okay, that's as full as we're going to get it, which is fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out to here. We're going to build out to there. We're going to build like this. I don't know if we can build. Okay, we can't build over the bad water pump. And I'm going to see how I can squeeze this all in. Okay, let's see. We've unlocked our bad water pumps, but they need metal. Slight problem there. How much space do these pumps need? Okay, at least 2, so... this bottom half is not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. And come on, just give me the path. There we go. Yeah, grabbing the path can be a bit of a difficult challenge. So we want to continue expanding this way, and then we'll put the pump directly over it. Or do we want to move it 1 forward? I think I want to move it 1 forward. Make our walkway here, and then we will extend our reach pathway there. 1 there. This will just be in preparation for later, so there's no rush for our beavers to finish this project. And then we're going to want to go here to storage, and we're just going to want to place a pair of large storage containers, and these will store bad water. Perfect. When they're interested, they can come running up here. They can finish this project first. In fact, I'm going to make them finish this project first. Okay, we're now making treated planks, and they're just going to transfer everything there. Okay, planks, not a problem. Gears, we're still running into a gear production problem, but we're actually making way more planks than we need gears. We could probably expand our thing, but I want to dynamite this whole area before I make it any bigger. So I'm going to focus on getting our explosives project up and running. And at least tier 1 boomsticks. And give me the large warehouse. Thank you. Then we can also focus on building a proper dam to store water when everything goes to poop. But we actually do need to get steel production operational, but that'll be our next step. Or do I just build it up here? How big is the smelter? Okay, that's not actually going to be a big problem. 4 should be more than enough. And then we want another underground pile here. That will store steel blocks. And then we're going to come this side. Still haven't started making paper, so we can't make the more upgraded windmills. Now, okay, we're going to tell our beavers to focus on the windmills first before they do anything else, because once this is built, they're not going to be able to get back there. One of the advantage if you want to build these windmills is sometimes it can be a better advantage to build them on a platform, because then your beavers can get underneath it. Okay, now we need to build our power reserves. What do we need for the big flywheel? Medium flywheels, large flywheels all require metals. We don't have any. If I go like this, like this, like this, and I add this flywheel here, this flywheel here, and this flywheel here, and then we just take a path here. I wonder if they can reach this last group of flywheels. I don't know. Okay, and then we want them to focus on building this group of flywheels first. Oh dear, I've made a mistake. No, okay, they can come through here. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. For a second there I thought a mistake, but if you hit escape, you see there's this flat platform. They can just come through here, and they can work on that project. Awesome. Okay, we've got treated planks under production. This is not a big priority right now. When they're done there, they can go that side. And we'll have the haulers. I wish you could designate how much material you store, but you can't. Because then I would tell the haulers just to store, say, 100 units of wood and 100 units of planks here. But you can't actually choose how much you're storing in each warehouse, which is a bit of a hiccup. Okay, good. They're going to get that power bank online first. Perfect. Now they can get to it. We don't have to worry about it. And I'll just set this one to... Well, actually, I won't even care. They're going to work on that first. It's just, we have enough space. Luckily, we've got enough material. It's not a big hiccup. I think we're just short on gears. Gears, I noticed in this game, it's gears that are going to be your major roadblock. Because we're making only like 4 buildings, and they're making about 6 gears, 16 hours, so 6-7 gears a day, give or take. It's 9, which is 3 plus 2, so that's 5, maybe 6, maybe 6, if they can squeeze the last hour out of work. So we're definitely going to want to expand our gear production, because we got 550 planks. But we need to flatten this area out a bit before we do this, because this is going to be our industrial park. Up here we'll have our smelting facility. Okay, almost done. Just got to finish this side, which is gears. I'm just going to set this priority too high. Don't worry too much about getting this done, because I'm pretty sure some of our gears disappeared up here. Have you guys finished it? Not yet, almost. There we go. Okay, now we want to set this for high priority as the next step, and then they can get to these buildings without being blocked, like what happened over here. Speaking of, we don't actually need this anymore here. Okay, grab that, maximum priority. That is actually on a road, but I can't, okay, I can get it, yep, maximum priority. And they'll clean it up when they get the opportunity. And our water flow, yep, we've got it basically towards the center of the stream. So that's working fine. Our little settlement is not doing bad. A population of 252 total. Because here, total beds is 252. We've got 3 free beds, because yeah, we've got some here who've died of old age. It happens. And our happiness check, oops, wrong connection, come on, give me this. 20% to life, 5% to speed, and 10% to production. And some of them are at level 10 already, and some of them are still at level 7. It just depends. I really got to expand their luxuries. Because the higher the happiness, the longer our beavers are going to last, the less population trouble we're going to run into. Yeah, it's just gears that are becoming a hiccup right now. But that's fine. It's not as desperate as I said for other games. You're constantly struggling to get somewhere. In this one, it's a very relaxing Sim City builder. I think the Sim Cities as well, or the City Skyline series as well, is also an option, but I can't afford it at the moment with all the DLCs. Even City Skylines 2 is like 1,000, 2,000 rand. I don't have that kind of money, I'm afraid. Especially since I'm saving up to upgrade this machine. Because the next generation of games are not going to run on this thing. Graphics card and RAM are fine, but my CPU is a Ryzen 5 16. So 1600, so it's like entry-level Ryzen 5 when it first came out. And that was like 5 years ago? 6 years now? So yeah, I'm afraid my processor and motherboard are a bit behind the times. And as is the classic case with computers, you can't just buy a new motherboard and a new processor. Because the RAM has changed and the connections have changed, so it's always motherboard, processor, RAM. And in this particular case, as I discovered when I was looking to upgrade, is my casing is solid metal. I hate those plasticky things you get. They just deteriorate and they crack and it sucks. So my casing, the current one I have, is solid metal all round except for the front vents, the rear vents, and the CPU vent. Other than that, solid metal all round. Probably shouldn't have done that because that looked for a second like I screwed up. No, I didn't hit it that hard, I can promise you. But it also means, yes, it rusts, but it's not just, you're not going to accidentally, because I had it with the plastic ones, they cracked all the time. So if you don't pay attention, you break it so easily. And unfortunately, as a side effect of this casing is completely incompatible with liquid coolers. There are no mounting points, there are no slots for liquid coolers, and all the new CPUs want liquid cooling. So, fun times if you're looking to upgrade your computer, especially if you're starting like me, way back in the past. Okay. Let me just check our time. Okay. And that's about an hour and 8 minutes. I know I rambled a bit about computers at the end, but I think that was a pretty good episode for a nice run through of TimberBorn. And I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Gareth from TimberBorn Gaming. Out.